What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Man, when did you think we were going to see these two logos together? I never, ever thought this would happen. And here's the thing. A lot of people looked at the last video and they said, this isn't 2K being honest. This is a guy that's known to have issues in putting out proper information. The reality is this took place, okay? EA is actually responding to this. That validates it to me, all that I need to know. I want to look at this release, though. Interesting things here from EA Sports. EA Sports is the exclusive publisher of NFL simulation games. That's what they lead with. I'm glad, because now every video in my catalog is now validated in looking at simulation football, and our partnership with the NFL and NFLPA remains unchanged. Our agreements have always allowed for non-exclusive development of non-simulation games on various platforms. Our commitment to NFL fans, which spans almost 30 years, has never been stronger, and we're having our biggest year yet. Hold that energy for just a moment. Madden NFL 20 is the most successful game ever in the franchise. Again, hold that just a moment, please. And new modes like Superstar KO and Madden NFL esports broadcast are growing the fan base. We're building on that momentum with more new and different experiences on platforms and new ways to play in the years to come. I'm glad they said all that. I really am. Because if they were focused on simulation football and their franchise modes, they wouldn't have to create new experiences. Instead, when they talk about the most successful year, this is the reality. 322nd negative reviews, a 1.6 user score. That's what they define their biggest year, most successful year as. That's a concern. That's why 2K coming back is a concern for EA. That's why they have to get in front of it. To be fair, let me give you some more free advice, EA. I'm always good with free advice in your games. What you should have done is came out and propped up the game on what you claim it to be. Simulation football. Why didn't you talk about X Factors and superstar players that you've put into the game to help create and replicate the NFL experience in ways that had never been seen before? Why don't you come out and talk about inserting Legends players through Ultimate Team to bridge the gap between young fans and Hall of Fame players? Instead, you talk about Superstar KO mode. That's where you guys lose your consumer. You talk about one thing with simulation football and you do the other with game modes that don't speak to that. Superstar K mode has non-NFL players in it. Why would you even mention that in a press release? Essentially, what you're saying is what a lot of people already knew. Anybody could use the NFL license for educational games and things along those lines. But what you don't tell them is, hey, what we're doing with hip-hop artists, musicians, and Superstar KO mode, anyone could do. Anyone could make Superstar KO mode in Madden. You are actually working against yourself and saying, hey, what we're doing, anyone could have been doing, but we just have the exclusivity license to prop our game up on. And that, to me, shows a big culture problem with EA. And I know this isn't going to be probably what we all expect it to be. Nothing's going to take down the agreement EA and the NFL have in place. There's just too much money. But I promise you, if I can look at that press release in a few minutes and determine where they're headed with this game and know that it's the wrong direction, then there's people at the NFL offices that can. And when people finally look now and they have to see between these two gaming companies who's putting out better products, that 1.6 user score at a time where EA is telling the public, hey, this is the best game, this is the biggest year, that's going to create some real problems for them. Those are some things you can't get away from with your investors. Those are things you can't get away from with the media. They've hit it very well because the fans' outcry hasn't been heard a whole lot. But those days could very well change based on EA propositioning themselves the way that they have. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. You know I will be back very shortly with more comments.